still acknowledged. He was recognized as a head of state, and later, the Lateran Treaty of 1929 formally re-established papal sovereignty over the Vatican City. The Sovereign Order of Malta further exemplifies this principle, retaining international recognition as a sovereign entity despite the permanent loss of their territory upon Napoleon's invasion in June 1798. Despite such permanent loss of territory, the sovereignty and the international legal personality of the Sovereign Order of Malta continue to persist. Much later in 1894, the order settled in Rome and acquired two properties, the Magistral Palace and the Magistral Villa that received extraterritorial status. Today, the order maintains diplomatic relations with 112 countries, issues its own diplomatic passports, currency, stamps, and vehicle registration plates, and has been granted observer status in the United Nations. All these examples of state re-establishment illustrate the principle of continuity of states, as per international law, that a state's legal personality persists over time. A nation continues to exist even after a complete loss of territory. A far more striking example is of the oceanic countries, which are under the threat of their entire nation being drowned and submerged due to rising sea levels owing to global warming. In response to such existential threat of climate change, Pacific Island nations, including Tuvalu, have enacted constitutional amendments and made international declarations affirming that their nation and their sovereign rights will continue to persist, despite their entire territory being lost to the sea. This proactive stance is highlighted in the Constitution of Tuvalu Act 2023 and the Pacific Islands Forum Declaration of 2021. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Bhagavan Sri Nithyananda Paramashivoham, through the line of succession is the present 203rd Emperor of the Hindu Sovereign Kingdom of Surangi Samrajya. He was crowned on the 31st of December 2004 at the age of 26. Thus, by very same principles of the doctrine of continuity, through which the international legal personality of Portugal, Genoa, Poland, Ethiopia, Czechoslovakia, Albania, Austria, Vatican, Tibet, Sovereign Order of Malta, and several other nations has been recognized despite having undergone a period of exile, annexation, occupation by a foreign power, or despite loss of territory. The SPH Nithyananda Paramashivoham, through well-established legal and historical facts about the Hindu sovereign state of the Surangi Samrajyam, derives all sovereign rights and powers of the royal lineage of the Surangi Samrajyam as its 203rd sovereign emperor, from his inheritance and continuation of the unbroken succession of the kingdom of Surya Vamsa Surangi Samrajyam Sarvanapitha. Surya Vamsa Surangi Samrajyam, through unification with 20 other sovereign Hindu states and sovereign ecclesiastical, historical entities, became part of the United States of Kailasa, which thus became a sovereign, independent juridical state, with the SPH Nithyananda Paramashivoham as the sovereign. Just as how the oceanic nations like Tuvalu have safeguarded their sovereignty from the existential threat of total submersion by amending their constitution and asserting that their sovereignty will persist regardless of the loss of their territory, Kailasa, which is a sovereign continuation of 21 sovereign Hindu states and sovereign ecclesiastical historical entities, is also reviving and continuing the Kumari Kandam Hindu nations that got submerged. As per the doctrine of continuity, these facts imply that the Kailasa's statehood is recognized by international law and manifests as a natural outcome of well-established historical legal facts. Share your time, talent, and treasure. Become part of Kailasa. Sign up as an eCitizen https://kailasa.ecitizen.info.
With Paramashiva's grace, we have evolved UAN, United Nations for Ancient Nations. Paramashiva successfully manifested, and now he is introducing this to all of you, to the world formally, United Ancient Nations. It is United Nations for Ancient Indigenous Nations. This is a profound intergovernmental body. More than 100 ancient nations are already part members of this UAN. It is to unite and support all the indigenous nations, indigenous kingdoms all over the world.
Around 5,000 years ago, at the end of Mahabharat War, the ancient enlightened Hindu civilization consisted of 10,000 Hindu traditions, or sampradayas, that existed in 56 Hindu nations, 200 Hindu kingdoms, 1,700 Hindu provinces that covered more than 6 million kilometers square of Asia. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, SPH, Bhagavan Sri Nithyananda Paramashivoham, is the reviver of Kailasa, this ancient enlightened Hindu civilizational nation. Kailasa is an unbroken cultural, religious, historical, civilizational, and sovereign continuation and revival of multiple of these historical Hindu sovereign states and Hindu ecclesiastical entities. The unbroken continuity of these ancient Hindu nations through Kailasa results in the legal recognition of Kailasa as per the international customary law, particularly the doctrine of continuity. The international law, the doctrine of continuity, implies that upheavals and revolutions within a country, changes in government, territorial adjustments, measures taken during military occupation, or other internal transformations do not negate the existence of the country, do not affect the legal personality and international obligations of the country or state. The Vienna Convention on Succession of States in respect of treaties, 1978, addresses these principles of the doctrine of continuity as it outlines international law during situation of state succession or continuation. International law recognizes a state's legal personality by recognizing its identity. This perspective extends even during the period when the given state or country is annexed or occupied by a foreign power. Even in such cases, the legal personality of the state is considered to persist, enabling its subsequent re-establishment. Historical examples dating back to the 18th century include cases like Portugal and Genoa that were re-established after the Vienna Congress of 1815. More recent examples include countries such as Poland, Ethiopia, Czechoslovakia, Albania, and Austria that were re-established after World War II. Even when a nation is deprived of its territory, the nation continues to exist. Its sovereignty and international legal personality continues to persist. The Dalai Lama, as the spiritual and temporal leader of Tibet, exemplifies this principle. In 1959, the Dalai Lama was exiled and forced to flee. Despite the challenges faced, the Dalai Lama continues to advocate for the preservation of Tibetan culture and garners worldwide support for Tibetan autonomy on the global stage. Similarly, from 1309 to 1376, the Pope of Catholicism had been in exile in Avignon.
Nithyanandam Paramasukadam Kevalam Jnanamurtim Dvandvatitam Gaganasudisham Tattvamasyadiraksham Ekam Nityam Vimamachalam Sarvadi Sakshibhutam Bhavatitam Trigunarahitam Sadgurum Tam Namami.
Yes, Nithyananda, all of you.
Nithyananda, everyone.
So we just received the powerful cognitions from Bhagwan. So only when you receive the powerful cognitions, when you have the Nayana Diksha. Understand once again, Nayana Diksha is when the superconscious eyes falls on you. So your frequency raises to that superconsciousness for a moment when that superconsciousness falls on you. So that is the right time when you start manifesting the powers. So we'll be entering into the manifestation of the power, seeing picture blindfolded. So we'll be projecting you the image on your screen through the power of third eye. You'll be seeing what is being revealed to you, what Swamiji is revealing to you through the power of third eye. So let's get ready to manifest the power of third eye, seeing picture blindfolded. Yes.
And this is the most important time to do the power manifestation. So please understand, Swamiji has infused us with these superconscious energies, has taken us to a higher level, a higher vibrational frequency. So it's important that we brought this in, this higher frequency, this higher superconscious energy. We brought it into our muscle memory, into our system. So this is the best way and the best time to do the power manifestations. So let us all get ready, requesting everyone to please switch on your cameras. So we have a number of participants, number of people that have their cameras switched off. Requesting everyone, please switch on your cameras and take part in this power manifestation. Brought in those superconscious energies, those higher vibrations. So requesting Ma Somya, Ma Rentia Hong, Ma Parabrahma Swarupini, Ma Suganyana, Vera, Ma Hean Chi, Ma Chen Xiao Fang, Ma Zhang Ti Ho, Ma Lita, Hua, sorry, apologies, Hua, Ma Anu Menon, and Ma Paramashivoham. Requesting everyone, please switch on your cameras and let us get ready for this power manifestation. Requesting everyone to please put on your eye bands. If you don't have eye bands, you can use any piece of cloth that covers your eyes such that you cannot see through this material. So requesting everyone, please let us put on the eye bands. Let us get ready for this power manifestation, the power of third eye vision, seeing images blindfolded. Just waiting a little bit longer, just giving chance for some more participants to put on their eye bands. And once again, requesting Ma Somya, Ma Rentia Hong, Ma Parabrahma Swarupini, Ma Suganyana, Vera, Ma Yanchi, Ma Chen Xiao Fang, Ma Zhang Ti Ho, Ma Lita, Hua, Ma Anu Menon, and Paramashivoham, Ma Paramashivoham. Requesting everyone, please put on, turn on your cameras and be available in the camera frame and available for this power manifestation. All right, so once we have covered our eyes, our two physical eyes, let us sit comfortably with the head, neck, and spine in a straight line. So it's important we have the head, neck, and spine in a straight line to facilitate the free movement of Kundalini energy up and down our spine. Requesting everyone, if you haven't already done so, please put on your eye bands and let us take part in this power manifestation. And with the head, neck, and spine in a straight line, let us now bring our awareness to our inner space, just below the heart center. So the heart center is in the middle of the chest, the Anahata chakra, in the middle of the chest. About one palm width below the heart center, we have our Ananda Gandha, our inner space. It is the space that Swamiji has initiated us in to connect to him, to connect to the divine, to be in oneness with the divine. So let us connect to Swamiji. Let us remember Swamiji in our inner space. Remember the essence. Remember everything that Swamiji means to you. And invoke that in your inner space. Just a mere remembrance of the Master invokes him in our inner space. He's available for us. So let us invoke him in our inner space, our Ananda Gandha, just below the heart center. Let us feel the feeling connection we have to the Master. And feel the love, the compassion, the infinite grace that is radiating from the Master, from Swamiji, from our inner space. Just take a moment and feel all of that. Feel the space of oneness with Swamiji in your inner space. You are one with Swamiji. You are one with the divine. Now let us move our awareness to the third eye, just between the eyebrows, our Anya chakra. And let us visualize Swamiji in our Anya chakra, our third eye. And keeping the two physical eyes closed, let us gaze through the third eye into Swamiji's third eye, into Swamiji's Anya Chakra. As we do so, we feel an energetic connection from the Master's third eye, from the Master's Anya Chakra into our third eye, our Anya Chakra. An energetic connection. We feel a light build-up of energy in our third eye, as Swamiji is awakening and energizing our third eye. Just take a moment to feel all of that in the third eye. Feel the energetic connection, energetic cord from the Master's third eye to your third eye. Feel the light build-up of energy in your third eye. Now let us start chanting the Mahavakya. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Let's continue chanting the Mahavakya throughout this power manifestation. And from this space of oneness with Swamiji, keeping your awareness in the third eye, let us now start manifesting this power of third eye vision, seeing the image blindfolded. The image is being displayed for you now. Let us begin.
Nithyananda Paramashivoham. 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 Nithyananda Paramashivoham Om 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 Nithyananda Paramashivoham
Yes. Now slowly, very slowly, you can open your eyes, remove your eye bands. Yes, you can remove your eye bands, you can open your eyes. And with this deep feeling connection with Bhagwan, let us share what was revealed to you. Understand? When you have that deep feeling connection with Bhagwan, simply when you allow Swamiji to manifest through you, power starts manifesting. So let's take a moment and let us share what was revealed to you. Yes, Ma Nitya Prema shares flowers. Yes, Nithyananda, thank you, Ma.
Thank you for sharing, Ma.
Yes, please go ahead and start sharing. And even with the participants with the cameras off, you can also, if you have taken part, you can also start sharing.
So Ma Somya, Parabrahma, Swarupini, Asuganyana, Vera, Ma Chen Xiaofang, Ma Zhang Ziho, Ma Lita, Ma Anu Menon, and Paramashivoham. Requesting everyone please switch on your cameras. And if you have taken part in this power manifestation, please share with us. Share with us what was revealed to you in your third eye. What's the details of the image that we displayed for you? I have Yang Chao Chuan Aya that says, I interrupted the blindfold, so I can't continue practicing. That's okay, Aya. You can let us know. See, the moment up to the point where you took off the where you opened your eyes, you can let us know what was revealed to you up to that point. So if anything was revealed to you up to that point, you can let us know. So even though you have seen the image, you know what the image is. If you had any revelations, you can still let us know. You can let us know, and we can have a look. Just requesting everyone that has taken part in the power manifestation to please share with us what was revealed. And it's important to share as well, because it means you trust what is being shown. And it's important to trust. So this is a measure of your connection to the divine. Understand we are divine beings. As Swamiji has told us in the darshan today, in the satsang, we are divine beings. We are divine beings having a human experience, not vice versa. So we have this connection to the divine because we are the divine. All there is the divine. All there is Paramashiva. We are Paramashiva. But we forgot. That is all. That's the only difference. We are Paramashiva. So we have this connection to the divine. And it's important that we trust that we are, it's important we understand that we are Paramashiva. It's so important to trust this in this connection. So by sharing, you show that you trust. You show that you trust to yourself. You show that you trust to the divine. And you open the floodgates for more consciousness, more super consciousness to flood through, to manifest through you.
All right. So if you are still sharing, please go ahead and share. Meanwhile, let's enter into the verification. We'll be showing you, projecting you the image that we had shown. Yes, so this is the image. This is the capital city of the Fiji. You can see it's a vast, wide view top taken from the top. You can see the buildings and buildings. You can see the parks. You can see the trees, ocean, hills. And if you go a little deeper, you'll see much more details, including the vehicles, ships, and so much. And Ma Prema shares flowers. So definitely it's a there are trees. So it's a organized city. So trees will be there. Though if you have a little zoom in, that you could find it. So yes, thank you. Thank you for sharing.
Thank you for sharing, Ma.
All right. So thank you all for manifesting, sharing, and being a part of the power manifestation. Again and again, Swami says that again and again, bring back yourself to the power manifestation, the space of power manifestation, because this is your time to be in oneness with Swamiji, to be in oneness with Paramashiva. So with this, let's move on to the next revelation by Swamiji, which is going to be on collective consciousness. Yes, we are not an island as we think. We are a collective consciousness by ourselves. So Swamiji will be revealing on this. Have a deep listening. Even you can have the notebook also if you wish to write down the powerful cognitions as Swamiji reveals on the collective consciousness. So let's come to the space of listening and let's begin.
Now I'm going to present few great truths about the collective consciousness, which may surprise you, or you might have heard of this truth. Whatever it may be, whether it is new or old for you, try to analyze as much as possible. Try to analyze till your logic
feels tired, till your logic falls. Try to analyze till your logic falls. First thing, all your minds are not individual, separate pieces of the universe. It is all one and the same. All your minds are interlinked. Not only interlinked, directly affects each other. That is what we call collective consciousness. It straight away affects each other. Your thoughts are just as infectious as your cold. Your cold. People may escape from your cold. It is not so infectious, but your thoughts are much more infectious than cold. If you catch cold from somebody, you may suffer only few days, that also physically. But when you catch thoughts from people, not only you suffer mentally, you suffer forever. It's not only mentally, you suffer forever. Same way, anything you think affects the people who are staying around. And not only people who are staying around, whomsoever is living in the planet Earth, they are touched by your thoughts. Understand? Now, naturally, our intellect will resist. How can this be true? Receive all these things. Now we will then later on the question and answer session, we will analyze it one by one, inch by inch. First truth, I declare, all of us are not different beings, different minds. We are all totally interlinked, closely networked. Any of my thought can transform you. Any of your thought can touch me. We are not watertight compartmented. We are not separate individuals. You are not an island. Please be very clear. You are not an island. There is only one thing called collective consciousness. Next truth, not only in the mental level, even in the deeper conscious level, the more deep you go, the more deeply you are connected. The more deep you go, the more deep you are connected. Sachidananda, get that NSP diagram. I'll try to explain a simple truth. Please understand, this is the physical layer, physical body. This is the pranic body, the second level, third level, fourth level, fifth, sixth, seventh. You have the 7 layers of bodies. In the physical layer, for example, the physical level, you are here. I am here. And God is here. If you come down a little bit to the pranic level, you see, in the physical level, the distance is too much. In the pranic level, if you come down to a little subtle level, pranic level, the distance between you and me is reduced. Here the distance is too much. Here it is reduced. And if you come down a little more, the mental level, again the distance is little less. If you come down little deeper and deeper, the distance between you, me, God. When you come down, when you go little deeper and deeper, the more deeper you go, the distance is less. The more deeper you go, the distance between you, me, God will be reducing. In the end, the deeper level, there's no distance. You, me, God, everything is just one and the same. The only in the physical level.
Very good. Very good. Yes. Really. Take another mic. No? Take the other mic. Take the other mic.
In the physical level, the distance is too much. In the pranic level, distance is little less. And in the mental level, distance is little less. It is getting reduced. The more deeper you go, the more sensitive you grow. The distance is reducing. The distance is getting lesser and lesser. In the end, nirvanic body, you, me, God, all the three are one and the same. There is no distance. The physical level, you are different entities. When you feel in tune, or when you start loving somebody intimately, their suffering or joy can affect you. Why? Because the distance has become very less. It can simply come in or go out of your being. Their suffering can come into your being, or their joy can come into your being. In a little deeper level, you don't have something called individual identity. You are just a part of collective consciousness. That is why many times you do not want suffering, but you are not able to escape from suffering. Again and again, whether it is physical disease or a mental depression or the spiritual bondage, even though you don't want, you have to undergo the suffering because you are not clear-cut enough. You are not aware that you are part of the collective consciousness. The moment you become aware, you don't have an individual identity. You are part of collective consciousness. You don't have a separate ego except your identities, your intellectual understanding. In existence, there is no such thing called your separate individual entity exists. When you realize that, you just go beyond sufferings, depression, and diseases. Understand this one thing. As long as you have the concept, you are individual. The individual consciousness. As long as you have individual consciousness, whether physically or mentally or in being level, spiritually, you will be continuously suffering. Why do you think continuously you are resisting the nature? Whatever nature offers, you resist it. There's a beautiful saying, man as a rule is a fool when it is hot asking for cool, when it is cool asking for hot, always asking what is not. Always asking what is not. When it is cool, you resist. You think you are different from the existence. I have seen sannyasis, enlightened masters, living in Himalayas with just this normal cloth in the cold, in the snow. And I myself lived years. Never body was disturbed. Never body was disturbed. Because I never had the thought that I am different from the nature. Only when you start thinking you are different from the atmosphere or the existence or the air which is there near you, you start resisting it. A very simple thing. Just now you can practice. You are feeling cold. Just relax and observe, witness in which area you are feeling cold. In that area, don't resist the atmosphere. Don't resist the air. Don't resist the temperature. Don't resist the existence. In that area, just say to yourself, I am not going to resist the nature. I am not going to resist the existence. Let me relax. Just consciously decide and relax. In few minutes, the idea of cold will disappear. It may look immediately, what we do is we put the next extreme question. Can we do this in the time of snow and can we survive? Because our mind always goes to extremes. You can, if you can do it totally. And you don't have that much of totality. We don't have that much of clarity. If we can relax, fall in tune with nature so much, simply you can live. Because human beings are living. And they all can manage, why not us? When you think you are something separate from the nature, nature disturbs you. And one more thing, in the air, all possible bacteria and viruses are there. Any moment, any disease can affect you. Any disease can happen to you. As long as you feel in tune with the existence, even if they come inside your body, they just leave. The moment you start thinking that you are somebody individual, separate from the existence, you are something different, then the whole becomes your enemy. You see, you are a part and everything is a whole. If you feel in tune with the whole behaves as a friend. The moment you start thinking, the moment you start discriminating and start behaving with the whole in an opposite way, it just starts acting like an enemy. Be very clear, the whole is not here to kill you or destroy you. And it's a simple, one more example you can understand. When a living person falls in the water, he gets drowned. The dead body floats. And after all, dead body is more heavy. It is filled with water now. Once he dies, he drinks water and water goes inside. He is heavy. But dead body floats, but a living person gets drowned. What do you think? As long as you are living, you resist the water. You are resisting the nature. If you just stop resisting, if you just feel that the whole is part of you, you have become part of the whole, simply you can start floating. And the other day I read a beautiful interview. One person jumped in the Niagara Falls and he survived. A strange thing. He jumped in the Niagara Falls and he survived. All the journalists are questioning him. How could you manage it? How did you survive? And if you've seen Niagara, then you can understand. I can't even imagine that somebody survived in that Niagara. He says beautifully. He says, when I jumped, I felt that I became part of the falls. I felt I am a particle floating in the falls. When I came out, again I felt I am just a part. I never felt I am different. When you disappear into collective consciousness, nature is not enemy for you. Nature is your close friend. Nature protects you. When you think you are individual, as long as you have individual consciousness, nature protects you. When you realize you are a collective consciousness, nature protects you. Wherever you want to achieve success, even in the social and economical way, only when you feel in tune with the whole group, only when you fall in tune with the collective consciousness, you will be able to achieve what you want to achieve. As long as you think you are an individual, you wanted to keep your place distinctly, you wanted to keep the idea you are somebody, be very clear, you will be continuously resisted and you will be resisting. Whether it is home or office, workplace or your company or industry, wherever. If you disappear into the collective consciousness, you will be again and again protected and taken care. And you will experience the ultimate success, not only socially and economically. You will start experiencing it in a feeling of fulfillment. The feeling of fulfillment which happens to you will be inexplicable. The moment you start resisting, you create hell for your whole life. Small story. A guy was informed that his wife has fallen in the river and he is supposed to jump in the river and save. He jumped and started swimming against the current. And they shouted, "Arey, what are you doing? You are going against the current." He said, "You don't know, my wife, even if she falls in the river, she will float only against the current." She resists everything so much. I don't think she can go with the current even with the river. As long as you resist the current, whether it is your workplace or house or office or a company or wherever it is, as long as you don't disappear into the collective consciousness, you will be continuously creating hell for you and for others. Even in the physical level, if you think you are somebody separate, be very clear, you will be inviting diseases. And one more thing, the mental level, if you think you are separate, again and again, you will be creating seeds of violence. Seeds of violence is created when you feel you are individual. With collective consciousness, you unify with individual consciousness, you dissect or cut things into pieces. Logic always breaks. Intuition always unites. With a collective consciousness, of course, in the soul level, if you are feeling you are an individual, there is no possibility of any spiritual growth. Any spiritual growth. Spiritually, you can't even put your first step, first thing. In the physical level, you are not an individual. Your body and the body of the sun is straight away connected. Any small change in the body of the sun can change your body. Any small change in your body can change the body of the moon. Even though logically you are not able to relate, it is truth. And the next thing, in mental level, you are not alone. You are not an island. Any thought which is put on somebody else's head comes and touches you, and any thought which is created in your mind goes and touches the other person. It's like a ripple created in a lake. If you are going to create a strong wave, you will be inspiring and impressing others by your thought. If you are not so solid to create a strong wave, be very clear, others' waves are going to impress you. Either you live as a leader or you will be a follower. There is no in between. You always think, I will not be a leader, I can't do that much, but I don't have to be a follower. I just maintain my own stand, which is simply impractical. There is no such thing as my own stand exists. Either you lead or you follow. That's all. The mental level also, again and again, if you think you are an individual, you will be resisted. And the moment you understand you are part of the collective consciousness, not only you will not be resisted, you will be welcomed and received. Third thing, in the ultimate way, the spiritual level, the moment you understand, you are deeply connected, totally connected, intensely connected to the whole group, to the whole universe. Not only you start experiencing the bliss, you start living, opening many dimensions of your being. Now you are stressed out, disturbed continuously because you have to think too much just with one mind. You have to enjoy so much just with one body. If you disappear into this collective consciousness, you will have so many dimensions, so many possibilities, and the amount of ecstasy you can't imagine. Understand? With this one body itself, if you can make so much of joy, if you can enjoy so much, what will happen if you have two bodies? You can put one in the AC, another one in the heater, and enjoy both. If you have three bodies, you can put all the three bodies, depute all the three bodies in three countries and enjoy the three different cultures. And if you have four, you can naturally enjoy little more. Just understand, if you have so many bodies, how much of joy and bliss you will have. Same thing you will experience when you understand you are part of collective consciousness. The whole NLP or Nithyananda Spurana program is all about making you realize you are the part of collective consciousness. Not only part, you are collective consciousness. You are not individual consciousness as you think. Physically or mentally or spiritually. Layer by layer, when we go deeper and deeper, you start feeling you are just one with everything. That is why automatically the diseases disappear. You start feeling the well-being in mental layer, pranic layer, physical layer, etheric layer, and in all the deeper layers. When you really experience that you are boundaryless consciousness, I have seen when we end the program, the meditation camp, people go into such a deep ecstasy, they forget their name, their social status, their education, their qualification, their wealth, their religion, all what they think they are. They forget everything and respect everybody. They fall at others' feet. Even I've seen the daughter-in-law, father-in-law falling at the feet of daughter-in-law. That never happens in India. At least in Indian culture, it is too much. I've seen father-in-law falling at the feet of daughter-in-law, just seeing the divine in her, and mother-in-law falling at the feet of son-in-law, and fathers falling at the feet of daughters, because they see the divine, and the grandmothers touching the feet of granddaughters, and the person who is a boss, who is the owner of a company, touching the feet of person who works for him. This is staff for whom he pays. I've seen this happening. When you experience the deep ecstasy of oneness, collective consciousness, when you experience the bliss or ecstasy of the collective consciousness, you forget all the differences of your name, wealth, social status, prestige, whatever you think as you just disappears, and what you are is revealed to you. I've seen people bowing, touching the feet of their host enemies in that ecstasy. They forget. They are raised. They experience such a deep level of consciousness, such an intense level of energy, such a collective consciousness, such a bliss. Literally, ego disappears. And they enter into the state of collective consciousness. Without even knowing, they just go around in that ecstasy. And whomsoever is there, they see God in everyone. It is not that they are given instruction. It is not that they are visualizing. When the experience happens, the whole group feels the collective consciousness and realizes they are one and the same. They are not different entities. Only when you experience the collective consciousness, you can say, you can realize, you can experience what I mean by the word bliss, eternal bliss, Nithyananda. So I pray to the ultimate divine, let you experience this eternal bliss, Nithyananda. Thank you. According to science, vacuum is absence of matter, but according to you, vacuum as energy. Matter is manifestation of energy. How will you define vacuum then? Please understand, now the science has changed its view. Now they are coming up with a clear-cut idea. No such thing as vacuum can be created. Even in the space in which you say vacuum, the ether is the present. The ether is the grass form of energy. And they are very clear now, ether is also a form of matter. It can be measured and handled. So, first thing, now the science has evolved so much that it could catch up with the spirituality. It could understand the spiritual truths. And they have started understanding vacuum is not absence of matter. It is absence of certain parts of matter, not completely all matter. You have 5 elements. Vacuum is absence of 4 elements. That's all. It is not the absence of matter. So, science has changed its opinion. And this itself has answered my question. Answered the question. So, my stand is accepted by the science, where lately they are coming up with their clear concepts also to work on the ether, how to use the ether and all those things. Thousands of years ago, the Eastern Rishis have developed Vastu Shastra to use the power of ether. All our Vastu Shastra means the technique of building homes and houses are all based on this science of ether. So now they are working to how to use the power of ether. So the next question is very clearly answered in this itself. According to me and according to science, vacuum is energy, and vacuum is not absence of matter. And I define, according to me, vacuum is not something special from total. Total and vacuum are one and the same. If non-living things like rocks have intelligence, is there any difference in the intelligence between human beings, animals and non-living things? Please explain. One difference, human being has got the conscious choice. He can decide whether to live with that intelligence or not. The animals and non-living things don't have that choice. They are intelligent by nature. With human beings, you have a choice to be a fool. That's the only difference. Nature, by nature, intelligent. Human beings have got a choice. You can be intelligent or you can be a fool. Except this choice, except this difference, there is no other difference. Their nature is intelligent by nature always. Human beings are intelligent by mistake. Sometimes, unfortunately, they act intelligently without knowing. Except that there is no other difference. I understand that as you go deeper into the 7 bodies, the distance becomes less. How do you move down in levels of bodies and stay there so you can truly experience collective consciousness? Again, it's just as simple as 1, 2, 3. Just very simple as 1, 2, 3. 1, after the lecture, go to the volunteer. 2, register for NSP. 3, be here tomorrow morning. Just 1, 2, 3. It's as simple as 1, 2, 3. You can experience and stay there. It is said that an individual has control over their mind. Does that mean an outside mind can still influence an individual's mind and thought process? How do we control it so as to prevent anger or depression? This refers to the first truth that you stated. Thank you. Nice question. It is said that an individual has control over their mind. And can I know who is that individual who put this question? It is said that, can you control your mind? This is the same reply from everyone it will be. If I ask anyone, it will be the same reply. Then how can we believe this first statement? It is said that an individual has control over their mind. This is only said, not practiced. Be very clear, it is only said, not experienced. So that statement is wrong. The next thing, does that mean an outside mind can still influence an individual's mind and thought process? Yes. Are you married? You are. Simply by them, now you know your husband can influence your thought process. And you see, one small thing, not only by giving orders, even without giving orders, he can influence. For example, you wanted to come to meditation. I'm not saying particularly about you. Your husband may be here, I don't know. For somebody, you want to come to meditation. He never says openly no, but he just keeps his face, long face. He can influence your meditation here. When you are sitting here, his long face, you will be meditating on his long face. You will be continuously remembering his long face. They are very energy. And one more thing you should understand. For example, he never liked this meditation, all this stuff. And somehow, fortunately, he was not in the station. He is not in the city. He is out of station for last 10 days. Even then, if you are coming here, you come up with a thought. If he is here, I have to ask permission. So he will say no. Anyhow, you come here. You have not asked him. He has not showed any even body language or verbal language. Nothing has happened. But when you are sitting here, your energy will be totally different. The memory, just the memory, if I ask him how he will react, is more than enough to put you into low mood, to influence you. Am I right? The very thought is enough to change the whole energy. So understand, it is so practical. Others can influence your mind without even expressing their thoughts, without even expressing their body language, even if you don't see them, even if you have not seen them, even if you have not asked them about something, just their thinking trend, just their thought structure, when you know about it, that is more than enough to influence your thought and thinking system. How do we control it so as to prevent anger or depression? How do we control it? Again, same answer. Only meditation. Analyze all the 7 layers of your so-called individual consciousness. You are nothing more than onion. Please be very clear. We are nothing more than an onion. If you peel the onion layer by layer, what is there inside? Empty. Just like that, you are an onion. Onion thinks it has got something solid. Only when you peel all the 7 layers, you understand there is nothing inside. Same way you think you are an individual consciousness. If we peel all your 7 layers, you will experience you are a cosmic consciousness, collective consciousness. That's a one and only way to prevent anger or depression which sneaks inside your system from others, through others and by others. Thank you. Why do we have to suffer? In childhood, we are trained to be separate from others, then school to learn to be somebody, and then adults competing in commercial jobs, and ultimately, if the ultimate truth is we are one bliss, why cannot mass consciousness also reflect this joy, peace and love? It's a beautiful question. I'll answer step by step. Why do we have to suffer? In childhood, we are trained to be separate from others. Then school to learn to be somebody. Then learn adults competing in commercial jobs. If the infinite truth is we are one bliss, why cannot mass consciousness also reflect this joy, peace and love? This question has got so much of potential meaning. The people who created the education system which we are practicing now are not enlightened people. That is the first problem. The education system created by enlightened people, the Rishis, Gurukulam structure, totally outdated. It is not anymore alive. Let me say a few things about the Rishi culture or Gurukulam education system. The education system designed by enlightened masters. In that system, any child who takes birth in that country belongs to the university. He belongs to the master. Parents have no right over kids. The moment they give birth, he or she will be handed over to the Guru. And Guru takes care of him. There are just few rules I'll explain. They are not allowed to wear clothes till they are 7. You do not know, you laugh. It means till 7 they are not even given an idea that they are some individual bodies. They are allowed to relate with existence, ether, straight away with their whole body. They are allowed to relate with flowers. They are allowed to relate with forest. They are allowed to relate with trees. They are allowed to relate with earth. Till the age of 7, they are not even given an idea that they are somebody, they are some body, as you asked in the question. They are some body. The next thing, they are not taught to suppress the left. They are not given the idea whether they are male or female till the age of 7. They are not given the idea whether they are male or female. They are not given the idea that they are somebody. They are not given the idea that they have to suppress some part of their body. They are allowed to live with this whole body. If you can just apply these three things with your kids, don't separate their upper body and lower body with cloth. Means don't put anything in the hip. Give something like which covers the whole body. Next, don't give them continuously idea that they are somebody. Of course, it will be very difficult for you because you have to send them to school and lot of things. Only with that atmosphere it is possible. The Rishi culture, they are not given any idea. At the age of seven, they are given a meditation technique. Even if they collect the idea that they are somebody, they can dilute it. They can again and again flush that idea away. They can flood it. They are given a meditation technique again and again to tune themselves to the collective consciousness. That is what we call Gayatri. From 7 to 14, they practice that Gayatri, through which they will be continuously relating to the collective consciousness. By 14, they will have the glimpse of the collective consciousness, means the conscious experience of enlightenment, Satori, the blueprint of enlightenment. And after 14, based on their Satori, after having Satori means the first experience of enlightenment, they will be given a deeper level techniques to continue in their path. By 21, they will become enlightened. And I tell you honestly, there was a time when more than 70% of the people were enlightened. That's what we call Satya Yuga. There was a time in the Rishi's culture when more than 70% of the people were enlightened. Other 30 were minus, below 7. They were working towards it. Either they are already enlightened or they are working towards it. Our social structure, the social structure created by enlightened masters is either already enlightened or working towards enlightenment. That's all. There is no other category. Whole society is only two categories. One is achieved, another one is travel. That's all. Enlightened and seekers. Of course, unfortunately, we lost that education system. That is why I have to conduct NSP every week all over the world. And it is not so easy to conduct this program. People who attend, they say, Swamiji, 2 days, except few hours of rest, you will not have much rest. And people don't feel tired. That's different because they feel so much of energy through meditation. They come and tell me, Swamiji, how is it possible? 2 days we have spent without sleeping. And I tell them, for you at least it's only one weekend. For me, every weekend. For last 2 years, there was not a single weekend in which I was not having some program, some ASP or NSP in some part of the world. If you see our website and see my program, throughout the year, till 2006 beginning, throughout this year till 2006 beginning, not even single weekend is free. Somewhere or other, we are having ASP and NSP. You can see the complete program. And apart from that, even in weekdays, in India, we do this program as 4 days program, 4 days course. Continuously, I am doing the programs, ASPs and NSPs everywhere, because the Gurukulam system is lost. Now we are trying to revive the Gurukulam system. Already we got few kids of our devotees and started the Gurukulam in India ashram. Soon we are expecting to revive the Rishi culture along with giving modern education to them without disturbing their collective conscious experience or enlightenment. Swamiji, do you think undifferentiated Nirvikalpa consciousness is more or less suitable for us compared to Savikalpa differentiated collective consciousness? First thing you should understand, may I request the person who put this question to stand? Yes, thank you. Have you experienced either Savikalpa or Nirvikalpa? Yeah. I think then you should sit here. Let me tell you from my experience. I do not know about your experience. I can say from my experience, please be seated. From my experience, there is no difference between Savikalpa or Nirvikalpa. When you reach 99%, there is no difference between 99 and 100. These terms are just words. I tell you, in my experience, when I reached Savikalpa, I just dropped into Nirvikalpa. It's not that after that I have to do something to reach the Nirvikalpa. When I experienced Savikalpa, I just dropped into Nirvikalpa. So this is what is my experience. This is the way I achieved enlightenment. And the next thing, undifferentiated consciousness and collective consciousness is again one and the same for me. I did not find any difference except the word. A small story. In India, a big fight goes on between this Savikalpa Samadhi group and Nirvikalpa Samadhi group. The Savikalpa Samadhi group is this Ramanujas, Visishtadvaita and Dvaita, Bhakta category. And Nirvikalpa Samadhi group is this Shankaras. These two group a big fight. One more small story inside the small story. It's like there was a tank in the center of a village. 4 new persons came to the village. They were about to enter into the tank. One guy said, there is a water, I have to go and drink. The other guy said, no, it is only pani, not water. My grandfather told me. I have to go and drink. The third guy said, no, it is neel. Neither water nor pani. I have to go and drink. The fourth guy said, no, it is tanneer. Means water in Tamil. No, I have to go and drink. My grandfather told me. My grandfather only built this tank. All the 4 started fighting before entering into the tank. They fought so badly. All the 4 killed each other before entering into the tank. If they had little bit of patience to enter into the tank, or at least look into the tank, all 4 of them would have understood what we are fighting is only word. It is one and the same. Whether water or pani or tanni or neel, it is just one and the same. Same way, all this religious terrorism. This religious terrorism is nothing but misunderstanding of the same category. Before entering into the tank, they hold on to their words and they say, my grandfather told me. My grandfather's grandfather told me. They continue to fight without even peeping into the tank. you just have a little bit of patience or courage to peep into the tank, not only you will not fight, all of you can drink and then supply water to everyone else. We can experience the bliss and radiate it to everybody else. These guys, this Ramanuja and Shankara fight, you don't know to what extreme this Savikalpa and Nirvikalpa goes on. And these Ramanujites, Vishnu Bhaktas, they will have a big bell in their ears. If somebody chants Shiva's name, they will ring their head and they will shake their head so that the name will not go into their ears. Really? They will just shake their heads so that the name will not go into their ears. And the other guys, the Shankarites, if somebody utters the name of Rama, Narayana, they will go and take bath and come back. This fight between Shankara and Ramanuja, Advaita and Visishta Advaita goes on, goes on, goes on. The Savikalpa and Nirvikalpa. And there was a showroom. Both of them have written commentary on Brahma Sutra. Both books are displayed. One scholar came and inquired a volunteer who was standing there and taking care of the showroom. What is the difference? That both titles are given. Shankara, Brahma Sutra, Shankara Bhashya, Brahma Sutra, Ramanuja Bhashya. The scholar came and inquired, what is the difference between these two? Volunteer said, 45 rupees. It is just 45 rupees, $1, nothing else. I tell you, all they fight, at least I can say last 1000 years this fight is going on. Whether Savikalpa Samadhi or Nirvikalpa Samadhi. Last 1000 years. The whole fight is solved by the simple one answer, 45 rupees. Understand, this is what is my experience. When I fell into Savikalpa Samadhi, I simply dropped into Nirvikalpa Samadhi. So, still now I am not able to figure any difference between Savikalpa and Nirvikalpa. According to your experience, I don't know. Only that you should tell. How do you live in truth when it is so hard for others and us, so hard for others and us plus us to hear it? And even now, when I said, this is what is my experience, I don't know about your experience. There is every possibility that you can get hurt. But the truth is, truth. Even though it is so hard for others and us to hear, we have no other way but to live with the truth. Is it possible to skip the layers of attaining the nirvanic body? You had mentioned sudden enlightenment. I am confused with this. Please be very clear. The sudden enlightenment also happens only by penetrating all the 7 layers. There is no shortcut. There is no skipping the layers. You can't skip the layer because you have it. So, you can't skip the layers of attaining the nirvanic body because it is truth. Even if you attain sudden enlightenment, you will be penetrating all the 7 layers within a second. It is possible. But you have to penetrate all the 7. So, you can't skip any one layer. If you can skip, I would have done that. I have already abridged. I try all my best to abridge all my programs. So I saw very clearly you can't do any more upgrading or editing. I did all possible editing and updating. The updated version of consciousness only I am offering. I can say for sure the program, the NFP or the meditations of layer by layer is updated version of consciousness. It is most updated software or hardware.
Yes. So what a wonderful revelation by Swamiji, especially on the cosmic collective consciousness, as we are not an island as we think, we are part of the whole. And moment we feel that we are part of the whole, simply nature supports us in whatever we do. But moment we resist, we become enemy or when we resist the nature part or the whole, nature becomes the enemy for us. So with this, we have come to the conclusion for today's day of Paramashivoham. And with this, we'll be closing with the Purna Mantra. And of course, please come back tomorrow with the next days of the Paramashivoham. We'll be having that. They will be starting with the Nithyananda Yoga.
We start Monday, 1 hour earlier.
Yes. And we'll be there's upgrade. So tomorrow we'll be having the session will be starting 1 hour earlier. So please join us 1 hour before.
Yes,
yes.
so we'll be starting with the yoga 1 hour earlier. And after 2 hour yoga session, we will be having puja as well. So we'll be having yoga, puja, and then starting with the program. And it all starts 1 hour earlier. So please make sure that you join us for all of that. And now let us get ready for the Purna Mantra, requesting everyone to sit comfortably with the head, neck, and spine in a straight line. Bring your palms together in front of your chest in Anjali Mudra, and let us end today's sessions with Purna Mantra. Om Purnamadav Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishate. Om Shanti 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 Hari Om Tat Sat. Sarvam Bhagavad Shri Nithyananda Paramashiva Padukarpanamastu. Om Nithyanandam.
Thank you everyone.
Thank you,
Nithyanandam.
everyone.